know once the game starts, things change, but emotional tonight?
You know, I think
Where do you
even
put this?
as the game went on, I mean, for me personally, Bill, yeah. I mean, it was a little different today. Even when the game was over, I think everybody handles, what has happened with Tony a little differently. I think everybody's unique in how they handle this. But I think from a player's perspective, if that's your question, I think that, players, just because of what they do and where they've been in their life, being ball players, I think they play. They play. But I'm sure that throughout the night, I think, fans were in their own way, reminiscing at some point.
But not many times in their major league career will they go out.
No, that was that I think the whole, from the time the guys came out of the clubhouse and out on the field, and video rolling of Tony, and then the Aztec team going out on the mound, and then the players going out to right field. The moment of silence of 19 seconds, all sort of, hit home. And I'm sure the stadium, not just the 25 players, but, all of us here in the stadium who've, come across Tony.
I don't know, one of the beauties of the game, buddies, you never really know what's going to happen out there. But I think with Felix and Cashner, that's kind of maybe what we thought we'd see, wasn't it?
It was sort of. I mean, Bill, I'm just going back. I'll answer that, but
Sure.
When Endy Chavez hit his first base hit
5-5
over
right.
there,
I thought the same thing.
same thing. I thought that was. I mean, that's the first thing I thought of. So anyway, Corey.
It's kind of what
Yeah,
you
and
maybe
even
expected.
and then Ackley hit a line drive to left, and Miller got one in there, and there was a lot of hard hit balls by lefties to that side, which is sort of, I don't know. Anyway, Cash and Hernandez threw really well. We've seen him a lot. And I think that tonight was as good as I've seen him. As far as just pure stuff, I thought his curve was better than I've seen it. I've seen over the years maybe a better velocity on the fastball, but still when he needed it, there was 93. The split-fingered fastball in the high 80s, touch 90 with great action down was there. This guy, you look at what he's done this year. He continued it tonight. I mean, he's throwing great. His one-loss record, his ERA, hits to innings pitched, low walk, high strikeouts. I mean, he's one of the best in the game. And we've been talking about this guy for a long time, and he showed it again tonight. I mean, he's no secret to this ballpark. He's no stranger here. He's no stranger to Mariner Padre games. We've seen him. He's good. And Cash, again, Cash pitched great. He gave up one run in 7 innings, and not to knock Cash, he wasn't on the top of his game, but he still threw well.
How do you measure that? Just in terms of crispness of command?
Yeah, just some balls were elevated, and they hit some balls on the nose, and we had some guys there on the other end. But I like the true test when Morrison got to third base in a 1-0 game. I'm sure you guys noticed that Cash dialed it up, man. I mean, he turned that's when he turned back and he reared back and threw some heaters. 97, 98, 97. Got Zunino. Lexi made a nice play on Ackley, and then we had to walk the pitcher. We had to walk to get to the pitcher, but You know, I measure that by, even though Cash wasn't on the top of his game, he threw very well. That's a compliment. It's a compliment.
Tommy Medica had been struggling.
Yes.
And
as with others.
Yes.
Bill.
Yes.
I mean,
I'm not singling him out, but
don't.
He went up there. He looked like he was hunting. I mean, he took some.
Well, the kid landed the Furbush through the almost hit Lexi in the bunt. Landed a big hook. You know, he's got a good. The lefty reliever has a big sweeping hook. Landed the first one and then threw one underneath Tommy. Then Tommy, fouled one off and put the bat on the ball. And we deserved one of those. I mean, we haven't got the miss hit, big hit, base hit. We just haven't. That's part of what happens during the course of a 6-month season. A lot of times you get them and you end up winning the game. Even their run against Cash, Miller squibbed that ball. He didn't hit that. That was a squibber. That wasn't a line. That wasn't a well hit ball. So, I mean, we haven't got our share of those dorkers and those lucky breaks. And hey, listen, I know people will say, "Hey, you make your own breaks," but we deserve that. We deserved a blooper.
Nice piece of hitting on an 0-2 pitch. Looked like he was out front foot away.
And Tommy's been prone to the strikeout, right?
Right. He's got 5 pinch hits now too.
Yeah, but he goes up there. He's aggressive. He doesn't scare off.
Yeah.
How about vibe in the dugout change when Everett came back in after the run?
I mean, anytime you score, there's a lift, Dennis. I think that until you're in the dugout, from afar, you might not. It's better than you think when you're in it. I think that's one that's a misconception from television or video about the dugout. So the dugout's been good, even though we've been struggling. The dugout's been fine. I'm telling you, and I'm just not saying that. So, but when you score, guys get lifted, no doubt.